I'm here in my new place in Lisbon, and this is the first time I've been doing an episode for a while. That it's been so long. Just want to say that today I would like to talk about something I consider that is highly important, and I feel like probably is one of the issues when it comes to lots of people like failing to learn languages or not getting the results that they want overall in language learning or learning all the skills, and therefore in their whole life overall. Basically the issue that I want to deal is about the idea of doing associating negative emotions with negative things and associating positive emotions with positive things. I feel like nowadays a lot of it's the sort of association good. Oh, this makes me feel good, then that's good. This makes me feel bad, that's bad. And I feel like that's a really big issue in today's world because, for example, when it comes to learning a skill, a lot of times you are going to feel uncomfortable doing certain things, or you are going to put yourself in uncomfortable positions and you are going to feel bad. So in my opinion, and I mean, sometimes something makes you feel bad and it's not good for you as well. So it is not like feeling bad is not necessarily make you something intrinsically good or bad, if that makes sense. Or feeling good doesn't make something intrinsically make you good, make something good or bad, if that makes sense. So I want to share what is like for me the key in order to understand that if you are like what action to take and consider if it's actually good or bad. Okay, so my point is basically that like when it comes to doing a new thing, whatever it takes, like doesn't matter. For example, when it comes to language learning, right? Think about like if the action that you are doing, what is bringing you, and not only in terms of results, okay? Not only in terms of, oh, if I practice Spanish or English or whatever, I will learn English, right? If I practice English, I will learn English. If I, so that's why it's good, right? Not only in terms of results, but also in terms of like yourself, in terms of what skills are you getting from doing that action. What skills, what abilities, what kind of emotional skills, what kind of physical skills, what kind of like habits you are like internalizing for yourself. Because for example, like if you are like for example, the habit of going to, or for example, the habit of doing videos, right? Maybe I don't feel comfortable. I say, oh, it's better for me to watch videos and not do videos, right? But I feel like it's good to have the habit of, despite saying, oh, I don't want to do a video or whatever, just like go and do the video and just say, I'm going to do this video because I commit myself to do it. Even if I don't feel like doing it, even if I don't, if it's not the thing I like to do the most in this moment, even if I don't even know what to talk about, because it makes me like try to figure out about what to talk about. It makes me figure out like what to think, and it's a good habit, right? To push yourself out of your sofa and just like start doing a video and think about what to do, and then try to express it in a coherent way. That's good, right? That's something good. The habit of like taking the responsibility of, you know, of being in front of a camera and knowing what to say, what not to say, being careful about what to say. All those are really positive habits, right? So because sometimes like it's really hard to get results, right? Sometimes like to get the results that you want, you need to take even years or decades to get it. For example, like Karim Benzema, right? He's a really good football player and he has been all the time, for a long time, a really good football player. However, he hasn't been winning a Ballon d'Or until this year. He's 34, and so it has been like probably decades since he started playing football until he got what he wanted, right? Probably he wanted to win the Ballon d'Or since he was 14 or maybe younger, right? Obviously that was not the only goal that he got, but the point is that if you base yourself just in results, it's going to be really hard to, well, first of all, to achieve results, but also to to actually get to what you want to be in life in general. So the most important thing is to focus on trying to get results, but not only because of trying to get results, which is nice, but also to try to get the habits that lead you to that result. Habits, the skills, the experience, the emotional control that you get to get that skill. Because sooner or later, if you keep ingraining those habits, you are going to start to get closer to your goal. And so every time you take an action, think like this action is making me have the habits, the skills, the emotional control, the discipline, the mental power, the physical power that I need in my life, or is making me like less strong, less disciplined, less charismatic, less responsible, whatsoever. And if you think that action is leading you to bad habits, then stop doing it. If that action is going to lead you to good habits, even if the habits are really small, right? Even if it's something small, then take the action, right? So that's my philosophy, and that's why I actually think. For example, let's give an example, right? And I'm going to talk about this. For example, like if I eat outside, I can eat at home or I can eat outside, right? If I eat at home, I have the responsibility of buying the food in the supermarket, coming here, cooking, thinking about what is good for me, what is not good for me, trying to spend less money. If I go to a dinner out, maybe I don't need to worry about what I need to buy. I don't worry if I need to cook. I don't gain the skill of cooking, for example. And I spend more money, right? So probably in general, like the habit of going away for eating in general is worse than the habit of eating at home. So eating at home is probably the best habit I can take, right? Yeah, for example, let's think about the situation which I think is a bad habit, right? For example, the habit of like when the when the alarm rings, like staying in bed, right? That's a bad habit in my opinion. Why? Because you are not leading to if what happens if you like if every time the alarm sounds like rings, you stay in bed. What happens? You are getting the habit that when external signals are given, you are not responding. So basically, when someone tells you to do something, or when something happens that you should do something, you don't do it. So that's very bad habits that you are going to take. Now I do it, and and I don't want to say that like that it's the worst thing that you can do in your life, but you think about it, it's probably a bad habit. So think about what is good, think about what is bad, and make sure that like what you are doing is not only getting you the results that you want, but also is getting you the habits that you want, and or the skills or the habits or the mental strength or the emotional strength. And I think that's a thing to focus on. That's why I feel like in life sometimes it's not so important to do a career instead of another one, but it's just like to commit to a career, because if you commit to a career, you are learning really good habits. You are getting the habit of whether I feel bad or good, I'm going to keep working hard, I'm going to treat people well, I'm going to be responsible for what I do. I even if I don't like things, I'm going to keep doing them. That's why one of the key to succeed in life in general is consistency, rather than getting a specific career or not. Every successful person in life has been successful, not so much. Sometimes, I mean, everyone who has been consistent in life has got a decent life. Every time you get a path and you stay in that path for years and decades, your life is going to be okay. Every time you start, and the most successful people have like for sure done the consistency thing. No one has been successful in one day. No one has been successful in 1 week. No one has been successful in 1 month. Most people haven't been successful in 1 year or even in 10 years. Most people have been successful through decades of hard work and dedication and giving up on things that most people are not willing to give up. So if you do that, you are probably going to be successful.